Do you want to pass your next Salesforce certification exam? Well, you're in the right place. This is Salesforce Exam Questions. If you're new to this series, we work through 10 Salesforce questions per video to help you understand how to read the questions for keywords and study up on important concepts. This all increases your likelihood of selecting the right answer on the exam. You will likely see some version of these questions on the exam, so stay tuned. All right, so today we are getting into the Sales Cloud Consultant exam, another Salesforce exam. And this is another installment on the Salesforce Exam Questions channel. We're focusing specifically today on the sales lifecycle questions. So let's hop right in. So the sales manager at a company has noticed that sales teams are having trouble understanding who should own an opportunity. Sales teams base their sales opportunities on assignments to specific zip codes. Which solution should the consultant recommend? All right, so in the question, a couple things stand out to me. That is the specific zip codes. That's already an indication of the fact that I'm going to need territories. And so I'm looking at the question options. A, we have Sales Cloud Einstein. So Sales Cloud Einstein is a product that boosts your team's sales productivity at every step of the sales process. It provides key predictions, intelligent recommendations, and timely automation. So this is not really related to assigning opportunities based on zip codes. So I'm going to eliminate that one. Then, like I said, the specific zip codes was a key to the fact that I would need sales territories, and I think that is the correct answer. So sales territories, it's a defined geographical area or market segment that a sales team or an individual person is responsible for. So you might have a sales team and you're going to assign them to different parts of the US or different parts of the world. So another name for sales territories is territory management. So in your studies, you might see territory management come up, but just know that sales territories and territory management, they're basically the same thing, just kind of renamed. And that's the correct answer. We have C, sharing rules. We know it's not the correct answer, but you might think that sharing rules would be the answer here because the question asks about who should own an opportunity, right? And sharing rules talks about ownership of, or rather sharing of records. And so you can use a sharing rule to share opportunities, but you cannot use a sharing rule to share opportunities based on zip code. You can share based on owner, you can share based on different criteria of the opportunity, but not really zip codes. And so that leaves sales territories as the answer here. Moving on to question 2. CloudKicks has enabled the Einstein lead scoring feature and rolled out Sales Cloud Einstein to pilot users. The pilot users are unable to view the lead score field on the lead record page. Which 2 steps should the consultant take to fix the issue? Okay, so when something can't be seen in Salesforce, it might not be added to the list view or the page layout. And so those 2 options make sense. Add the field to the list view, add the field to the page layout. If something is invisible, I want to look at my list view or I want to look at the page layout. The Sales Cloud Einstein permission set, it's not relevant here really. So it includes several permissions such as access to opportunity scoring, Einstein analytics, but these permissions don't really support the lead score field visibility. So this would be an easy one to eliminate. So we have our final answers as A and B. So CloudKicks requires its sales associates to record all customer interactions within Salesforce. Which sales metric can a sales manager use to monitor and reinforce its sales strategy? So forecast accuracy has to do with opportunities in the pipeline and their value. So how likely they are to close when. So this doesn't really get at the metrics or the customer interactions. We're really focused on recording all customer interactions. Forecast accuracy does not really fit that, so I'm going to eliminate that one. Now, activity tracking encapsulates all of the customer interactions that sales associates had. Interactions including email outreach, logged calls, and customer meetings. So activity tracking is looking like the right answer here. And renewal rate is how likely a customer is to renew their contract with your organization. If you're selling a good or a service, how likely is your customer to continue to work with you in the future? So that really does not get at recording the customer interactions, specifically the meetings taken, the calls taken. Activity tracking is the best choice here. So question 4. CloudKick's sales productivity is on the decline. While its competitors are more successful, the consultant has suggested Einstein Deal Insights. Which 2 insights can this provide? Choose 2 answers. So what 2 insights can Einstein Deal Insights provide us with? So Einstein Deal Insights is a tool that it uses data science and machine learning to show insights and predictions about deal health. So how likely is this deal to go through? And so insights about deal progression and sales activities, that makes sense. That is a part of Einstein Deal Insights. B, predictions about opportunities with closed dates. That's another one that also makes sense. That is another part of Einstein Deal Insights. So this is definitely something that process of elimination would really help you with this question, because C, sentiment analysis. So sentiment analysis is an AI, natural language processing tool. Basically, it's the process of analyzing text to determine if there's an emotional tone to it. So my guess is that Einstein Deal Insights probably uses sentiment analysis to power it. So sentiment analysis probably is a tool that powers Einstein Deal Insights, but sentiment analysis is not an insight itself. It's probably just a tool that's used to support the system. So I'm going to eliminate that. And like we know, we need 2 answers, and so we already have A and B. So this is a question I would either go to Salesforce resources and just kind of browse through what can you do and what can you look at in Einstein Deal Insights. If you don't want to take the time to do that, using process of elimination and kind of focus on the questions or the answer choices that suggest information about deal progression, opportunities, sales activities. Those are some keywords that could help you to understand what Einstein Deal Insights helps you to achieve. So then we're on to question 5. CloudCakes plans to integrate its email system with Salesforce and wants to show the last 2 months of email activity to its 75 sales reps. What should a consultant recommend to meet this requirement? So we're looking at email activity, right? They want to show email activity. What option out of these questions targets email activity? So Sales Cloud Einstein. Again, Sales Cloud Einstein is too general. It's a suite of data science tools that helps with productivity in the sales process. So email activity really is a part of productivity, but Sales Cloud Einstein as a choice is a little bit too general. There's just so much that's encapsulated within that. So that's likely not the answer here. Now we're left with Einstein Activity Capture and email to Salesforce. So like I said, the question really focuses on email activity. If you didn't really know about Einstein Activity Capture, you might want to select email to Salesforce, but that does not really exist. So that is going to be eliminated. Rather, Einstein Activity Capture is the tool that we're going for here. So Einstein Activity Capture allows you to keep data between Salesforce and your email and calendar in sync, and it works for Google Mail as well as Microsoft Outlook. So really study Einstein Activity Capture. I'm going to even put a star here, even though it pains me to do it. Really study this feature and what it does. There are going to be several answer choices that you might think exist, like email to Salesforce, or even Microsoft Outlook integration recommendation, that's been replaced with Einstein activity capture. So this is the answer to this question is B. So question number 6, Universal Containers recently implemented Sales Cloud. Stakeholders want insights into how logging interactions with customers impacts the number of won sales deals. Which report should the consultant create to meet the requirement? So logging interactions with customers impacts sales deals. So interactions with customers, that's already signaling to me that I'm going to need activities. Activities, they, like the question says, it focuses on tracking customer interactions, such as emails sent to customers, calls logged, customer meetings. So therefore, it's essential to combine closed won opportunities with activities to answer this question. So it's already looking like the answer is A, but let's go through the others. So closed won opportunities with recommendations. Recommendations displays the most popular files for your site. So that has nothing to do with interactions with customers. And then closed won opportunities by sales team, that is a little bit too broad. It does not incorporate the interactions with customers. It does not incorporate activities. So that is not the answer. So the answer to this one is A, question 5. So moving on to question 6. CloudCix recently finished a redeployment of its Lightning pages. CloudCix users report that Lightning pages are loading slowly. CloudCix management want to consider the impact this has on adoption. Which 2 tools should the consultant recommend that CloudCix use to evaluate Lightning pages? So this is something I think you would have to memorize. So Lightning usage app and the performance analysis for app builder. These 2 tools allow you to look at page performance. Guidance for App Builder provides tips for Lightning page design, so it's more visual aesthetics and not responsiveness. Responsiveness is key. They're talking about the pages are loading slowly, so they don't really care. They don't really need any guidance on the design. They just need the page to load faster. And A and C would help you to do that. So we're on to question 8. CloudCix has enabled orders to track and manage customer requests for products. The sales team has requested a process to return or reduce the quantity of activated orders. Which 2 Salesforce features should a consultant recommend to meet this requirement? Choose 2 answers. This is another one I think you have to memorize. These 2 features work in conjunction to help you return and reduce the quantity of activated orders. And that's enabling reduction orders and enabling zero quantity orders, not negative quantity for order products. So negative quantity for order products lets your sales team add order products with quantities of less than 0. So that's not really what we need here to return or reduce the quantity of activated orders. So this is another one you would have to just memorize. Reduction orders and zero quantity orders go together to do returns or reductions. Moving on to question 9. The sales managers at Universal Containers believe that many of the sales reps' deals that are being lost to competitors are getting less attention than deals that are won. What should a consultant build so management can assess whether its belief is correct and monitor it going forward? Okay, so we're looking at deals are being lost and deals are not getting attention. Okay, so the best answer here, install an AppExchange app for tracking lead conversion. That's always a possibility, installing an AppExchange app, but we really need to compare it to the other choices to see if that is the best option. So that's a possibility, but is it the best choice? Build a report on opportunities and activities. So opportunities is not really relevant here, because we're talking about deals that are being lost. So if a deal is lost, it did not become an opportunity. Only, and in here you can replace the word deal with lead. If a lead is lost, it does not become an opportunity. Okay, so we need leads. We need a report that focuses on leads. And so a report on opportunities and activities is not going to be relevant. The deal was lost, it does not become an opportunity. Only a lead that's won becomes an opportunity. So we can eliminate B and build a report on leads and activities. So this can work, right? It is possible to build a report on leads and activities to track which leads are getting the less attention as the question asks, right? Getting less attention. So now we have A and C. Both are possible, both are doable, but which is the best? That's what these exams are looking for. You can do either A, you can do either C, but which makes the most sense? And in order to think about that, you think about time spent, you think about skills required, you could think about cost. And of these two, I would go with A. I would say installing an AppExchange app for lead conversion makes the most sense. So while it's possible to build a report on leads and activities, it can be cumbersome, I think, to quantify this metric of getting less attention. This is going to be something that's hard to measure in a report, and it might take a lot of math skills to figure this out, which an admin might not have or a consultant might not have. So I would go with installing an AppExchange app. But this one, I could definitely see someone saying building a report. It might make more sense for them. So let me know in the comments what you think about this question. Which option would you go for, A or C? But I think A is the right answer here. And now let's go for the final question, question 10. CloudCakes frequently has multiple sales reps who collaborate on an opportunity. CloudCakes needs Salesforce to allocate credit to each sales rep to track against sales quota. Which Salesforce feature should the consultant use to meet this requirement? Okay, so collaborative forecast has nothing to do with splitting credit. So we're looking to allocate credit to each sales rep. So basically, it looks like multiple sales reps, as it says, they're working together, and we want to be able to award them their commission or their credit for closing that deal appropriately. And so collaborative forecasting does not really allow you to do that. You might be tricked into choosing collaborative forecasting because of the word collaborative in this answer choice and collaborate also in the question, but this is not the right choice. Custom metadata is way off. Custom metadata, so metadata is data about other data. And I'm not going to get into that right now, but this is relevant when talking about deploying changes. And that comes up in the implementation strategies portion of this exam. And we will get to some questions in that section. So custom metadata, for now, this is just absolutely not relevant to this question at all. And we're left with opportunity splits. And opportunity splits is the correct answer. It allows sales reps to divide credit and revenue, i.e. commission, on sales deals that they have collaborated on. So that gets to the last question. That concludes Sales Lifecycle Part 1. So be sure to check out the previous video we did on the practical applications of Sales Cloud expertise section of the Sales Cloud Consultant exam. That was a mouthful, but the practical application section is one of the larger sections of the exam. It takes up about 33% of the questions, so be sure to check out the previous video that goes through some of those questions. And join us again next week for another video where we're going to be tackling a different section of the Sales Cloud Consultant exam. So thank you.